Have you ever stopped to think about the people who have shaped our world and made it a better place? In this video, we will introduce you to 5 remarkable individuals who made a huge impact on humanity. These inspiring figures include Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, and Rosa Parks. Get ready to be inspired by their stories and the legacy they left behind. 5 people who inspired the world. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was an Indian independence activist who is best known for his philosophy of non-violent resistance. He was born on October 2, 1869 in Porbandar, India, and he became an influential leader in the Indian independence movement. Gandhi's philosophy of non-violent resistance, also known as Satyagraha, inspired civil rights and freedom movements around the world. Gandhi's philosophy was based on the idea that people have a moral responsibility to resist injustice and that non-violent resistance is the most effective way to bring about change. He believed that violence only begets more violence and that non-violent resistance could be used to achieve social and political goals without resorting to violence. Gandhi's philosophy was put into practice during the Indian independence movement, when he led boycotts and non-violent protests against British rule in India. His leadership and dedication to non-violent resistance inspired many others, and he played a key role in leading India to independence in 1947. Gandhi's influence extended beyond India, and he is considered one of the most influential figures in modern history. His philosophy of non-violent resistance has inspired civil rights and freedom movements around the world, including the American Civil Rights Movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. Gandhi's legacy lives on today, and he is remembered as a champion of non-violent resistance and a symbol of hope and inspiration for people all over the world. One anecdote about Gandhi that not many people may know is that he was a talented player of chess. Gandhi was a big fan of chess, and he enjoyed playing the game with friends and family. In fact, he was so good at chess that he was known to play multiple games simultaneously while blindfolded. Gandhi believed that chess helped to sharpen the mind and improve concentration, and he often used chess as a way to relax and unwind. Gandhi's love of chess was not widely known, but it was an important part of his life, and he enjoyed playing the game throughout his life. It is said that Gandhi's chess skills were so advanced that he was able to defeat opponents even while blindfolded, using only his mental abilities to visualize the board and plan his moves. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister and civil rights activist who played a key role in the American civil rights movement. He was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia, and he is best known for his role in the advancement of civil rights using nonviolent civil disobedience based on his Christian beliefs. King is most famous for his role in the American civil rights movement, and he is best known for his leadership in the movement to end segregation and discrimination against African Americans in the United States. King believed in the power of nonviolent resistance, and he used his position as a Baptist minister and a civil rights leader to inspire others to join the cause. King's most famous moment came in 1963 when he gave his "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. In this speech, King spoke about his dream of a world where people would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. The speech became one of the most famous and memorable moments of the civil rights movement, and it helped to inspire a generation of people to fight for civil rights and equality. King's legacy lives on today, and he is remembered as one of the most influential figures in American history. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 for his efforts to end segregation and discrimination, and he is celebrated every year on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the United States. One anecdote about Martin Luther King Jr. that not many people may know is that he was an avid reader and had a personal library of over 7,000 books. King was a well-educated man who was deeply interested in a wide range of subjects, and he spent much of his free time reading and studying. King's library included books on a wide range of subjects, including philosophy, theology, literature, history, and more. He was known to be a voracious reader, and he often spent hours reading and studying in his spare time. King's love of reading and learning was an important part of his life, and it helped to shape his worldview and his ideas about civil rights and social justice. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was a Catholic nun who devoted her life to serving the poor and sick. She was born on August 26, 1910 in Skopje, Kosovo, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire, now the capital of North Macedonia. Mother Teresa is known for her work with the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic religious congregation that provides services to the poor, sick, and dying. Mother Teresa's work with the poor and sick began in 1948 when she left her convent in Dublin and moved to Calcutta, India. There, she established the Missionaries of Charity, which was dedicated to serving the poor and sick. Mother Teresa and her fellow nuns worked tirelessly to provide food, shelter, and medical care to those in need, and they became known for their selfless dedication to helping others. Mother Teresa's work with the poor and sick earned her widespread admiration and respect, and she became one of the most well-known and beloved figures in the world. She was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for her efforts to help the poor and sick, and she continued to work with the Missionaries of Charity until her death in 1997. Today, Mother Teresa is remembered as a symbol of compassion and selfless service, and her legacy lives on through the work of the Missionaries of Charity around the world. One anecdote about Mother Teresa that not many people may know is that she struggled with feelings of loneliness and doubt throughout her life. Despite her reputation as a selfless and compassionate woman, Mother Teresa struggled with feelings of spiritual emptiness and isolation, and she wrote about these struggles in her private letters and journals. Mother Teresa's feelings of loneliness and doubt were not widely known during her lifetime, as she was careful to keep these feelings private. However, after her death, many of her private letters and journals were made public, and it became clear that she struggled with feelings of spiritual emptiness and isolation throughout her life. Despite these struggles, Mother Teresa remained committed to her work with the poor and sick, and she continued to serve others with compassion and selflessness. Her struggles with loneliness and doubt are a reminder that even the most compassionate and selfless people can face challenges and struggles in their lives. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary and politician who served as president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was born on July 18, 1918 in Vezo, South Africa, and he is known for his role in the fight against apartheid and for his efforts to promote reconciliation and racial equality in South Africa. Mandela became involved in the anti-apartheid movement at a young age, and he was a key leader in the African National Congress, ANC, a political party that fought against the segregation and discrimination of black South Africans under the apartheid regime. Mandela was arrested and imprisoned in 1962 for his political activities, and he spent 27 years in prison before being released in 1990. After his release from prison, Mandela played a key role in negotiations to end apartheid and establish a multiracial democracy in South Africa. He was elected president of South Africa in 1994, and he served one term in office. During his presidency, Mandela worked to promote reconciliation and racial equality in South Africa, and he became a symbol of hope and inspiration for people all over the world. Mandela's legacy lives on today, and he is remembered as one of the most important and influential figures in modern history. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 for his efforts to end apartheid and promote reconciliation in South Africa, and he is celebrated every year on Mandela Day in South Africa. One anecdote about Nelson Mandela that not many people may know is that he was an avid reader and had a personal library of over 15,000 books. Mandela was a well-educated man who was deeply interested in a wide range of subjects, and he spent much of his free time reading and studying. Mandela's library included books on a wide range of subjects, including history, politics, literature, and more. He was known to be a voracious reader, and he often spent hours reading and studying in his spare time. Mandela's love of reading and learning was an important part of his life, and it helped to shape his worldview and his ideas about justice and equality. In addition to his love of reading, Mandela was also an avid fan of opera and classical music. He enjoyed listening to opera and classical music and attended concerts and performances whenever he could. Mandela's love of music was not widely known, but it was an important part of his life and helped to bring him joy and solace during difficult times. Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was an African-American civil rights activist who is best known for her role in the Montgomery bus boycott. She was born on February 4, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama, and she is remembered as a symbol of the civil rights movement in the United States. Parks is most famous for her role in the Montgomery bus boycott, which was sparked by her refusal to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama, in 1955. Parks' refusal to give up her seat was a key moment in the civil rights movement, and it helped to inspire a generation of people to stand up for their rights and fight for equality. After her arrest for refusing to give up her seat on the bus, Parks became a key figure in the civil rights movement. She worked with civil rights leaders, including Martin Luther King Jr., to organize the Montgomery bus boycott, which lasted for over a year and resulted in a Supreme Court ruling that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. Parks' role in the civil rights movement earned her widespread admiration and respect, and she is remembered as a symbol of the fight for civil rights and equality. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the Congressional Gold Medal, and other honors for her contributions to civil rights, and she is celebrated every year on Rosa Parks Day in the United States. One anecdote about Rosa Parks that not many people may know is that she was an accomplished seamstress and owned a dressmaking business. Parks was a skilled seamstress, and she owned her own dressmaking business, which she ran out of her home in Montgomery, Alabama. Parks' dressmaking business was not widely known, but it was an important part of her life and helped to provide her with a sense of purpose and accomplishment. She enjoyed working with fabric and creating beautiful clothing, and her business allowed her to use her skills and talents to make a living. In addition to her dressmaking business, Parks was also an active member of her community and was involved in a number of civic and social organizations. She was a member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, and was involved in other civil rights and community organizations. Parks' dedication to her community and her commitment to social justice were an important part of her life, and she worked tirelessly to promote equality and justice for all people. As we've seen, there are countless individuals throughout history who have made a significant impact on the world through their actions and beliefs. Whether it was through nonviolent resistance, fighting for equal rights, dedicating their lives to helping others, or standing up against discrimination, these individuals have shown us the power of individual action and determination. But it's not just about the actions of a few extraordinary individuals. It's about the potential for all of us to make a difference in the world. Every day, there are opportunities to stand up for what we believe in, to be a force for good, and to make a positive impact on those around us. It's easy to feel small and powerless in the face of the world's problems, but each of us has the ability to make a difference, no matter how big or small. So let's be inspired by the legacies of these individuals and the countless others who have made a positive impact on the world. Let's strive to make a difference in our own way and to leave behind a legacy of kindness, compassion, and hope for future generations. Thank you for watching.